Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to ThePrint. Um,
Hi.
Hi. Thank
Hi.
you for having us.
so I'll start with. So I'll just say that I've been prepping myself for this interview simply because it has Madhuri Dixit in it. So I want to ask everybody else first, how did they prep for the film once they came to know that Madhuri ji is a part of the film?
Nothing
Well,
can.
we prepped for 29 years, 28, 29
We've
years
been prepping for
to
29
do this film.
years. Absolutely. And still nothing can prep you. You just have to go there. And then it'll happen.
Face
जो हो रहा है तुम्हारे साथ होने दो.
So I would want to hear so we know we've seen the trailer and everybody's talking about it. Also, because it's very colorful, like apart from everything else, one of the ingredients in the film is like a lot of color in every form, I think, because there's drama, as we can see right from the trailer. People are intrigued about it. So could all of you, like, maybe in one line, tell us what should we be expecting from this film?
Well, I think it's a story of like everyday life people, very relatable characters, set against a backdrop of festivities, colors, with a quintessential Indian, sagai coming up and everything. So I think that's the backdrop, and it's about human relations and how a family should always stand by each other and support each other, and how to keep a family together. There's so many things that go into it. So it's a very beautiful story. It is. It has like a message, but it's not preachy. It's very beautifully, sensitively told. So I think that's what people should expect from the movie. Maja Ma.
Okay. Would others also like to give in their two bits as well?
Come on,
I
guys.
think in one sentence, what you can expect from the film is LCD. You have to laugh. I mean, not have to. You will be laughing, you'll be crying, and you'll be dancing when you watch Maja Ma.
That was.
Oh, I thought you was laughing, you'll be crying, and you'll be dying. I thought you were going to say.
I know.
Why would I say something like that? Why in the world will I be saying something like that?
Why dying?
It sounded like you'll be laughing, you'll be crying, and you'll be dying. It sounded like.
It's laugh, cry, and dance.
Oh, right. It's an amalgamation of drama, of emotion, of colors, of fun, of happiness, and of just real people together.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll come to the D part of it because since there was a confusion about, okay, what is that dying or dancing? So please tell us about a dancing experience for this film. Because when we look at, I think, the Gujrati culture, for a lot of us, I think, who the dance and also the Navratri coming up, I think everybody is sort of like the color of a lot of the culture is from dance, from garba. And just how was it to work into creating that kind of atmosphere for a dance bit of the film?
I think this is the first time in my career that I have danced to a garba number. I've never done a garba before. So that was me. I rehearsed for it because, garba has a swag to it, and to get that right, just wanted to do a little bit of rehearsals, and that's what we did. And when we were shooting on the set, it was done in Film City. 3 nights, we shot in the nights for that. And it was so much fun. All of us dancing together, the whole family. And, garba means color and dhols and the music and the movements and the gagras and the jewelry and the kedias. And so we really had fun. The way it was shot also was beautiful, when we saw it finally. I think it did justice to garba, I think. What do you guys think?
Also, I feel like Kruti also just made this whole atmosphere very much like how Garba nights are. For example, Falguni Pathak would be, or Garba nights in Ahmedabad. There are so many people and they're in circles together and they're dancing together. And that's what Kruti managed to create very beautifully when we were shooting for the song. Because I remember when I entered, I was like, oh my God, everyone was fully decked up. Everyone was in their lehengas and everyone was ready to just groove and groove with Madhuri ma'am. So plus 100 ho gaya usme. So it was a wholesome experience of Garba and with ma'am,
Okay.
Oh, all of us are talking about it?
I just love
Are we?
I don't know,
Oh,
ma'am.
I
That's
thought it was a ma'am question.
No, we all danced and we danced our hearts out, and we're
Yeah.
just so lucky that we got to dance with ma'am. And also the environment, as Srishti said, created by Kruti and Anand sir on set was just so fantastic.
Yeah.
That it truly felt like we were celebrating something more than we were shooting something, and that is what has been captured on screen. The
Yeah.
celebration that we had on set.
Like the energy never dipped, even though it was 3 days of night shoot, and
3 days of night shoot. Lovely,
Three
Barkha.
nights.
Lovely.
3 night shifts. Sorry, love you too, Riwick. It was 3 nights that the song was shot, and I don't think the energy dipped. And every time, Kruti saw the energy dip a little bit, suddenly she'd be like, "Hey, Madhuri ma'am ke liye energy ho jaye," and then the whole set would be like, "Woo!" And then if the energy dipped again, she'd be like, "Hey, Srishti ke liye energy ho jaye," and then we all would be like, "Woo!" So I think even the whole experience of shooting it, for some of us, it was the very first song which is being filmed, and lip sync and all of that. So it was very interesting. It was
I
very.
hope we have some BTS. I don't know if it's recorded or no, of Anand sir dancing
I was
between
just
takes
going to say.
throughout, from inch to inch of the stage and set. Between every shot, he used to just keep holding his mic and dancing from here to there. He was just so
there was a
happy.
point when the music, when he asked the guy
The
was
live musicians,
sing,
yeah.
and then we all were sitting, and there were so many people. We all were sitting, and he was just like grooving. He had a blast.
Okay. I'll come to each of you about all of your characters actually. I'll start with Madhuri. So you're playing the matriarch in the family. You're playing this character that everyone sort of looks up to. I feel like in recent times, there have been a lot of these characters that have come up, where we get to see a lot of like strong female portrayals. So how is this character like fitting into that sort of space where suddenly women are getting these kind of roles? Because we used to, like, probably I would say that we had a certain kind of idea about, maybe it's more of an OTT thing. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, I don't think Pallavi Patel fits in any of those character sketches you've seen before. She's very different. She is a loving wife, a doting mother, and she is, a contributing member of a society where everybody looks up to her, and everybody says that she can't do any wrong, and she's so perfect and everything. But she says to her daughter, she says, "एक बीवी एक माँ होने के अलावा भी मेरा एक वजूद है." She's trying to establish who she is, and what happens is when you have kids and you get married, you forget who you are actually, and you give it your all, and you spend so much time for the family, you forget to spend any time on yourself or think about what your wants and things were in life. And so this kind of dwells on that, and like I said, it's a very complicated, many layered character, and I think it's a very sensitive story, and but told, not preachily told, but told very beautifully, I think. And so I guess she does not really fall into any of the slots that you are, or you cannot box this character into any of those. She's very different.
Okay. Riwick, I'll come to you. So I think the audience sort of watched you do a lot of singing for one of your previous show, which are the Bandish Bandits, and I think people really related to that character of this. Again, I think you've been jumping regions from there till now Gujarat. I think it's also been that. So could you tell us more about your character that you play here, and how that journey has been from the last show that you did, which also went for a lot of people who love music. I think it was like a big deal because they're like, oh, we're getting to see a new kind of music. You're seeing a certain kind of young voices as part of the classical music scenario. And then now you're doing a movie like you said, sort of like it has a lot of dancing as well. So how has that been like, the kind of roles that you're playing?
Very interesting. I truly feel like from Bandish Bandits to Maja Ma, और बीच में जो भी काम किया है मैंने, I truly feel like I was at home. I was trained, sent off to see the world, and then I've come back home again with Maja Ma. And music obviously played a very important part in Bandish Bandits. It also does play a very important part in Maja Ma. And the kind of taste that Anand and Amrit have in music is just, at least according to me, just exemplary. They always choose good music because their knowledge of music is so good. And Maja Ma has some fantastic music, some great songs in it. It's a fantastic album. You must go ahead and listen to it whenever it releases. And the journey's been great, right from Radhe Rathore to Tejas Patel now. जो किरदार में play कर रहा हूँ Maja Ma, his name is Tejas Patel, and Tejas Patel is not a singer, but is, I guess, as ambitious as Radhe, as diligent as Radhe, but with newer layers, newer conflicts, and newer relationships. But if there's one thing that is extremely similar between the two characters, is that both of them think from their hearts and are also ready and open enough to have a change of heart when it's needed. And that's something that's very good as a trait to have in a character. And I'm just glad that I got to play both of them. And I'm glad that I'm Tejas Patel.
Barkha, we've seen you. I think my earliest memory that I can obviously is of watching you in ads. And I think I remember like even clamoring for a particular brand that you were endorsing. And obviously we've seen you grow through multiple platforms, I would say. So again, tell us about your character, and would you tell us about this journey of like, you also did a recent film with Riwick Banerjee, and now, you know, this is another film that you're doing with like this amazing cast. So tell us a bit about that, like your OTT journey again, like how has it been so far?
So I'll start with Maja Ma, the character that I play. Her name's Esha. She is the soon-to-be NRI Bahu of the wonderful, gorgeous Patel family. As a character, yeah, she is someone who's been born and brought up in the States, but she belongs to a very, like her parents are very, very traditional. They're NRI, so she's a good balance between, you know, having Indian traits with American sensibilities. So you see that mix in her through the film. And apart from that, I think what I loved about Esha's character is that she is very, very loving and very, very accepting of not just things that are personal to her, but things that are personal to the people she loves and she cares. And that's something I personally also took back from the character. And yeah, like I actually like it's a fun character, and I'm very glad I got to kind of discover this character, figure out certain traits about her, what sets her apart from the other girl next doors, and all of that. So that was about Esha. I had a great time, playing Esha through Maja Ma through the entire duration of the film. And about the other one, yeah, the web series that I did with Abhishek Banerjee, that was it's been a fun, it's been a great year. I would be lying if I say that I don't acknowledge that. And I feel very, very blessed. I'm very, very thankful. But I'll be very honest, and I'm not saying this just because this is an interview. Just this has been nothing but an encouragement for me to to want to do more, to it's almost like so when you really want to do something, and then somehow you feel like you're taking steps closer towards it, it just acts like an encouragement, and it also acts like, yeah, fine, you can do it, you just need to keep working. So that's where I am at just now. Like, I'm just very, very motivated to constantly work on myself, work on my craft, work on everything possible, because I know I have a long way to go. Like, this is just a beginning.
Okay. Coming to you, Srishti. So again, almost a similar question about your character, and how excited about your latest work, and including obviously Maja Ma. So what has been your criteria probably of choosing these bits that you're doing, these roles that you're doing? So, how has it been trying to choose these roles for yourself? And you're also creating like your own space. And we know that if you're looking at Srishti, there's a certain kind of now expectation out of this particular actor. And you've built it up, right? So just tell us about that.
Thank you. That was so sweet. What I mean, when it comes to picking and choosing, I don't think, I mean, there are some films that are offered, some that you have to audition for. And for Maja Ma, I had to audition for this film. And the reason I auditioned for it was why not? Because it's such a beautifully written character. It's a Bollywood film. I have grown up watching Bollywood films, and I can swear by all the films from my heart that I love them deeply, truly. So it was just an opportunity to be a part of a Bollywood film and play this character who has a beautiful arc through the film, who has a beautiful journey, who is very different from the other girls probably that you watch. Otherwise, she's very different. She's a little different from the family that she lives in also. So there is a lot happening, and that's why playing Tara Patel was very, very, very exciting. And the other work that I've chosen, it's always impulsive. Ki if I feel like, oh man, this feels great, okay, chalo karte hain. Like when I auditioned for Gully Boy, I knew it was a small part, but I read the scene and I was like, it's Zoya Akhtar, and I'm like, oh, let's do it. We'll see what happens, and it was so much fun. Similarly with Gulabo Sutabo, similarly with Dhavak. So it's always an impulsive reaction. If I feel like I don't want to do something, I don't do it. So it's always like, hey, okay, nice. So it's done. It's always like that.
Okay.
How is it?
Sorry.
One sec, I'll show you once more. Okay, if it's like, hey, okay, it's nice, so it's done.
Thank you so much, everyone. So I've had to really, like I said, prep myself for this interview because I felt like, okay, all of the people that I love watching, and also Madhuri ji that I don't know, I think no matter what I say, it's going to be less. I'm not going to say a lot. But yes, best of luck for this film. We're all waiting for it. And it releases on such a nice time. And, I'm in Assam, so it's Durga Puja here. But there's, I know the whole power of Navratri and Garba. So yes, best of luck and really looking forward to the film.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.